Welcome to Heart Healthy Living with Dr. Jackie, a Big Blend radio podcast that features Dr. Jacqueline Eubany, a board-certified cardiologist and electrophysiologist and author of the best-selling book, Women and Heart Disease, The Real Story. So welcome, everyone. Every second Wednesday, we call it, it's Wellness Wednesday, but it's also time to talk about heart health. And of course, Dr. Jackie Eubany is here. She is a certified cardiologist. She's an electrophysiologist and the author of the best-selling book, Women and Heart Disease, The Real Story. So you can go to womenandheartdiseasebook.com. But today, we're going to talk about food. We're going to ask her what she eats in a day. We're going to go what's, crazy, stressful work day. What's it like to eat? What does she eat? And then we're going to look at what's it like. What does she do when she's having a weekend off? And actually I'm recording her on her weekend off. And then what does she eat on vacation? And when she goes out to dinner or to a party, does she behave? That's what we want to know. Does Dr. Jackie behave when it comes to heart health? I think she does, but we're also going to get to her term of the month, which has to do with cholesterol, because there's good and bad cholesterol. So welcome back, Dr. Jackie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It sounds like we're going to dig into your personal life here. But, I think people want to know this kind of thing about, what doctors actually eat, because you guys have the inside, you have the intel, how to make the decisions better than us. So let's start off with that. When you were going through college and university, getting your degrees as a doctor and then a cardiologist, and you started learning all this, did your diet change at all when you were studying?
Yeah, over time, definitely it changed as I learned more about healthy eating. And as you take care of patients, elderly patients who have all these chronic medical problems as a result of poor diet, then you can see the result of it. And that definitely motivates you to improve your diet. Or it motivated me anyway to improve my diet, to try to change my diet so I can have a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah. I think it's hard, and especially for people working that are going 24/7. You think of parents dealing with kids, taking them to school. And then by the time everyone goes to bed, are they getting enough sleep? And then it's oh, do I really have to cook something? Can I just throw a pizza in? Which is probably what a majority of us all do. And I'm not talking about Nancy and I. Hey, listen, we just ate a salad for lunch before we started recording. I want you to know.
Well,
Is that good?
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So yeah, it's very hard when you have a busy schedule to try to stick to a healthier diet. So it's always very important to plan your meals, which will help you stick to your diet easier, or healthier eating habits.
Yeah, I know we're recording on a Sunday, but I know people who plan their meal for the week and they'll cook on a Sunday. They'll cook things and then freeze it so that they don't, get naughty. They can just, if it's a busy week, take your food out, defrost it and eat it. And it's, that kind of thing. Or have your salad ready. I know there was this craze that people put salad in mason jars, so it would actually store better. So it was right there. You had no excuse. You know? So I think that's cool.
And the stores have these prepackaged salads that are easier. I'd much rather do the prepackaged salads, and I don't know, in the mason jar. I'm not sure how they preserve that, if that's fresh. But if you buy the prepackaged salad, it's more likely to be fresh and healthy without any added preservatives.
Yeah, that's what we do on the road, is that. It's the salad dressing that you have to watch out for, though.
Yes.
But you can make that in advance and hold on to it. There's things we can do. Okay, so when does your workday start typically as a cardiologist?
It starts early in the morning. I usually get up anywhere between 5:30 and 6 o'clock and make it to work. And my first procedure starts at around 7:30 to 8 o'clock.
Wow. Okay. So you have to have breakfast early. And then to me, it would probably get to a snack time. So what does breakfast look like for you? And by the way, now that I know you get up around the same time as me, but mine sometimes starts at 4.
Oh, good heavens.
I'm going to text you to say, good morning, Dr. Jackie. Did you drink your almond milk today? I don't know if you drink almond milk, but anyway, we'll find out.
No, I don't drink.
Okay, there you go.
I don't like to eat too much for breakfast. I usually get hungry in the afternoon. In the morning, I just need a little something. I definitely have to have my coffee in the morning. So I have a cup of coffee, mostly black coffee. And then I grab a banana with me, which is usually what I do on the run. I grab the banana and I get in my car and I eat my banana and listen to the news as I drive to work in the morning.
Okay, and if you don't like the news, you can like squish the banana and go like, that's it, you know. So a banana, so coffee. So okay, you brought up coffee. As far as I've heard, we shouldn't overindulge on coffee if we have a heart issue, right?
Well, if you have, more specifically, if you have an arrhythmia or what we call palpitations or fast heartbeats, things like caffeine have stimulants that can exacerbate uh,
Mm.
that particular condition. So don't recommend caffeine in patients who have SVT or palpitations.
Okay. There's no, if I don't have coffee, I don't care what's going on in the world. I need my coffee. Otherwise, I'm never talking to anybody again. They won't want me to talk to them again. But a banana. So you're doing the light breakfast. So this is interesting. Is this heart healthy? Okay. Because I should touch on this that everybody's body is different and everybody has different needs and everybody's different. So like go to your doctor, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You should make
Some
sure
people,
you
yeah, go ahead.
You should make sure you consult with your doctor when you're planning your meals because, again, people's bodies are different. Like you said, two people have different medical problems and are on different medications. So your meals have to be catered to your medical problems.
Like, there's no way I'm eating a banana for breakfast.
And
That would be torture for me.
yes, and I say this because bananas are high in potassium, and in most normal circumstances, that's okay. But if you're on medications where you shouldn't be eating too much potassium, or you're a dialysis patient or something, you should just be cognizant of that when you decide to
Hmm.
eat bananas and how many bananas you decide to eat.
Okay. So you start out breakfast super early, get your coffee, off you go, and you're getting your sugars from that. Now, are you careful about, like, do you use stevia in your coffee or
No, I usually like to drink it black. Most of the
100%?
time,
Yeah.
black, but on the weekends, on my weekends off, I'll add a little bit of, cream in it and I use Splenda.
Okay.
Not the
Wow.
best, but I'll use, one packet of Splenda along with cream, half and half.
Okay. All right. So she splurges a little bit on the weekend. This is not a huge bad no-no. We're keeping score. So, okay. So when is your next meal? Do you have like a snack before lunch or do you eat lunch? Like that's early in the morning. What's your next point? Like what's the next munchy time?
So lunch will usually be anywhere depending on my work schedule. By 11 by 11 o'clock, I'm hungry, so I have to eat something between 11 and 11:30. And I actually go to the cafeteria because we have a nice salad bar down in the cafeteria, so I'm able to have them put together a salad for me. And yeah, we talked about, it's the dressing that always gets you, the dressing. But I do splurge on the dressing part. I like my blue cheese dressing or my Caesar's dressing, so I just get 1 teaspoon of it to sprinkle on the salad, and that's what I do.
Okay, so you spread around so you don't overindulge. Like, yeah,
No,
because if your salad becomes like a flood, that's not good. Like it shouldn't
right?
be mud. And yeah, because you can dip it in a little bit, just dip it and
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
that way you're getting a little bit of naughtiness, but it's also protein, right? A little bit of protein. And
yes.
so that works out. Yeah. So salad, okay. And then do you get the bacon bits on the salad? That's important to ask.
I do not. They thankfully don't have that as an option in the cafeteria. They do have nuts. I put a little
Oh,
bit of almonds. They have slivers of almonds, and I put that on the salad. So I like the nuts. And
mm,
for protein, they usually have grilled chicken cut up
cool.
in slices. So I could do the grilled chicken for the protein, some nuts, and the vegetables, all the vegetables I want on the
Oh,
salad.
it's like, Elaine in Seinfeld, the TV series, she always has the big salad. And I get it.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love the big salad. Like we just came out of a conference and this morning I went out and literally had like salad for like brunch. I will eat a salad for breakfast because your body, I crave it. Like I'm like, I need fruits and vegetables now, not cooked. I need them. I don't know. It's like my body wants it. And I think how much should we listen to our body when your body says, I need vegetables? I know you're going to say that's okay.
That's
But
okay.
yeah, that's okay. But like if your body's not hungry, I mean, I'm watching people doing all these things where they're compressing their appetite. I don't know what is it, Ozempic stuff. I don't know what all that stuff is, but people are doing like things to not make themselves eat. Is that okay to do? Or is it by everybody's doctor and all
Yeah,
that?
you definitely should speak to your doctor to see if you're a candidate for medications like that. I mean, the guideline for taking those medicines, or for patients with diabetes or other cardiovascular disease, the medicine does have data that suggests that it does improve your overall cardiovascular health. But you should be the right candidate for it. You should talk to your doctor, and you should be monitored while you're taking one of these medications.
When should someone go to a nutritionist? Because we were at this conference and there was a gentleman, elder gentleman, that was going to pass out because it was hot. I don't know. We just had, lunch, and I was just trying to help him to sit down because he was going to pass out. And I'm like, what's
Mm,
going on? Tell me. Can I go get you, some water or soda or something? Because he's like, I think it's low blood. And he had all these issues. And I'm going, dude, I'm not a doctor, but I know you need to sit down before you go down. And I got him sitting and I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but this guy
mm-hmm.
was going to go down. And then he's like, no, I think I took my new blood pressure too late. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And then he's like, I feel like it's low blood pressure and I'm a diabetic, so I can't have this. Then he starts all these things and I'm going, well, what can you have? And what if you have multiple issues? At some point, do you go to a nutritionist for this help, or doctors for what you can and cannot eat? Where's that line come in?
Yeah, probably a nutritionist is usually the better one to go to. If you have a lot of medical problems, you should talk to your doctor about referring you to a nutritionist that will help you
A
with the
certified
diet.
one,
Yes.
certified, not
Yeah.
somebody who just reads up on Google.
Right. Yeah, so they can advise you on what you can and cannot eat. And you'd be surprised. There's simple things so that you can eat every day that would be helpful with your medical problems. So,
Mm,
yeah. Well, everyone should. I think everybody should see a nutritionist because it's not intuitive what's healthy for you. You might think it is, but it's really not that intuitive what you can and cannot eat, what's
mm.
healthy and what is not so healthy for you. But definitely, if you have a lot of medical problems, we know that um, there's a direct correlation between your health and the food that you put in your body. So knowing what's healthy and what's healthy for you will definitely help your medical condition in the long
I
run.
think I need to stop eating so much sugar. That's what I'm starting to do.
Yes, yes. Sugar
Sugar's,
definitely is bad for
mm,
you.
I'm trying to eat dried fruit instead of candy on the road. Because when I do long drives, I keep trying to go candy. And then Nancy keeps going, no. And I go, yeah, but, and she, no. And then sodas come into play. When you're on the road,
It is very
and now
difficult.
I'm I found healthier snacks like trail mix with dark chocolate, organic trail mix, no, not, no offense to M&Ms, but no. And there's food dye in it and all these things. So dark, organic dark chocolate, little chunks in your trail mix. Is that okay? Is
Yeah,
that,
dark chocolate is better for you than regular milk chocolates, but it's better for you,
and
but
gummy bears?
better not to eat sugar, but it's better than alternatives.
Okay.
And no on the gummy bears. No.
What do you do? Well, no, it's bad. It's bad. I have to stop it. It's bad. And it's I can feel my body crash and I go, what are you doing? What are you doing? What do you do for snacks? Do you eat snacks during the day while you're working?
Sometimes I do, and my favorite go-to snack are almonds. Just a handful of raw almonds. I can get these at the store, at any store really, and I just take them in little packs, and I put them in my bag. And if I'm hungry, I just grab a bag of raw almonds. I mean, I'm
Mm.
not always healthy. I mean, there are times that I will snack on things that I shouldn't be eating. Things that are closest by, like a bag of potato chips if I'm really hungry, but I try to pack the healthier snacks with me so that I can eat that when
Mm.
I'm hungry.
And we can't overindulge on the nuts and things like that too, because
No, absolutely not. No,
okay.
because yeah, depends on the kind of nuts. Some nuts have more fat than others, more polysaturated fats, which are the unhealthy fats. So just be careful with those.
I eat a lot of peanuts. And well, they're legumes, so they're not real nuts, but they have protein,
Yeah.
but then you have to back off
They
at
have
a
a lot of
certain point.
fat. Yes, they have a lot of fat in them that you have to just be careful of.
Yeah. Okay. So balance that out. So what happens when you go home? So you've had some almonds. And that's the thing. I think what we keep thinking we need to eat, just stop at a certain point and then see if you still need to eat, right?
Yeah.
So that's the
Right.
thing. And then when you go home, like, would you go through a drive-through and get a soda or anything on your way home?
No, no. It's I don't even know where the drive-throughs are. It's so funny when my once I had my little nephew visiting me and he wanted to go to McDonald's and I'm thinking to myself, I don't even know where there's a McDonald's around here because I don't even I don't go to fast food restaurants. So I had to Google it to take him there just for a hamburger just to appease him. But yeah, no, I don't really eat fast foods. I don't really like how it tastes and yeah. Yeah, when I get home, I usually am better when I'm at home. I love salmon and I buy, packs of salmon. They have, frozen salmon at the store and, individually wrapped pieces. So I can just throw one in the oven with vegetables. And most of the time, that's what I eat or a salad. But I'll tell you, my weakness is rice. I love rice. So
Ooh.
on occasion, white rice, not brown.
Not even like long rice, wild rice, none of that. It's
Yeah.
you went for the white rice. And now they're telling us there's arsenic in our rice, So I'm
Yeah.
like, well, California grows rice, Louisiana, South Carolina, apparently. I just learned that it has golden rice in South Carolina and it's grown,
Huh.
it's natural. Yeah. Because some of the imported rice apparently is just not that good for us. Like we need to try and eat more of what's there. But the rice, now, do you do the throw it in there like it's pre-cooked rice, or are you doing like I'm gonna start with the actual rice and put it in the boiling water, like
Yeah, I
the
put it
hard?
in I have a rice cooker. So it's very
Oh,
easy to put the rice in the cooker, pour some water in and a little bit of salt in. Sometimes I cheat and add a little bit of coconut oil in it because I love coconut. And that's actually bad. That's bad for you.
what? What do
And
you what? What?
because
What?
it's
I thought this was a healthy thing.
no, the healthiest fats that you can eat in terms of your cardiovascular diet are things like, avocados, olive oil. Olive oil, those are healthier fats because we always say that the fats that are liquid at room temperatures are healthier than the fats that are solid in room temperature.
Okay.
So yeah. So coconut oil tends to, it's a little bit, it's more polysaturated fat. So it's more of the bad fat than olive oil. So I would recommend olive oil over coconut oil. But on occasion, I have to put a little bit of coconut oil in my rice because I like that coconut flavor.
Oh, so you're going more of well, because I know you travel a lot. So when you go to like Asian countries, did you pick it up from that kind of flavor? Like,
Yeah. Yes. Yes. When they put the coconut in their curries,
oh,
I really like that. So
curry.
that's exactly where I got that from. And put the little
Mm,
coconut to give the rice a little
mm.
coconutty flavor.
Put the lime in the coconut. This is, well, okay. Well, speaking of this, does this not go to your term of the month, which is high cholesterol? Because there's good, bad cholesterol.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because it's like I have a friend who's dealing with cholesterol things, and she goes, I worked really hard. My lows went there, but the other ones went up, and I don't like now they're thinking it like there medication that helps you with this, or like it's difficult. Like she's walking extra, she's yogaing extra, and it's become now like a stressful thing. And then I go, man, I don't know if you should be too stressed out. I don't know.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right. There are two kinds of cholesterol. We talk about the good cholesterol, which is the HDL cholesterol, and the bad cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol. The bad cholesterol is bad because it forms the deposits in your blood vessels and it prevents adequate blood flow from going through the vessels, which can lead to all kinds of medical problems like hypertension, heart attack, stroke, and whatever. So you want your LDL low. And the number you want for your LDL really depends on your other medical problems. The more medical problems you have, the lower that number should be. So you should sit and talk to your doctor about what number you should try to achieve for your LDL. So your friend is absolutely correct. We always start off with lifestyle changes to bring down the LDL. So increasing your physical activity, eating healthier, avoiding high cholesterol meals. This is where a a nutritionist would be good because they can help you figure out what foods have more cholesterol and what foods are low in cholesterol so that you can pick which foods are best for you. So once you've done all the lifestyle changes and you still are not able to attain the LDL number that you and your doctor has decided is best for you, then the next step would be to take medications. There are lots of medications available to help bring it down further.
Well, it's interesting because I think a lot of people go into these diets like the keto diet and oh, this is this, but it may not work for you as an individual, because it's like you're doing salmon versus a steak. And the salmon
Right.
is going to be a little healthier, but if I ate the salmon, they're taking me to the hospital. I'll die. Like my throat closes up and we're allergic to it. So, it's like, it's this balance. It's really, you do need to get help in that and I think as we age, our bodies change on what we can actually eat. I mean, tree nuts, like almonds, I used to eat them all the time and now I can't. And it's like,
Yeah.
so which sucks. And then pecans. So pecan pie, I mean, that's a very sad thing. I mean, to not be able to, I mean, come on. Pecan pie with ice cream and a little snifter of cognac is my favorite thing on the planet.
Oh my gosh. Cognac,
Sorry.
huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
I
That
haven't
sounds
had
good.
but it is like the perfect, that's what I had on my 21st birthday. And everybody looked at me like, that's your thing? Like, yes, it is. And I was fine with pecans and it's not so bad now. Like, I think it's the acid on them or something, but I think a nutritionist is able to really zone in on that and help you kind of navigate that because our bodies change, sensitivities change. Like Nancy can't have black pepper now. That
Really?
weird. Like, any kind of pepper, her mouth tingles and, so it's as we age, our bodies, I think our hormones or whatever is changing and we can't eat certain things we used to eat. And what I couldn't eat, like I was allergic to dairy when I was a kid, like cow's milk. And now now it's fine. So I don't know. But,
Hmm.
we can eat, we can still, eat a lot, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You could try to stay healthy and
Yeah.
pick meals that are better for you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, okay. So where are you on the cheese thing? Like, will you eat a cheese sandwich? Is that okay?
Well, personally, I don't like cheese.
What?
The processed cheese that
No,
they
no,
sell
I'm
in
not
the
talking about
thin
that.
slices. No, no, exactly. Yeah, I do like gourmet cheeses. I like Manchego cheese. Of course, in moderation, you shouldn't do too much of that in any
Mm.
one sitting.
Okay, so we've gone through. No, wait a minute. And at the end of a work day, you have your salmon, your vegetables, your rice. If you're going to be naughty, what like would you eat potatoes as a vegetable with your salmon, or would they be sweet potatoes, or where are you going to go with the vegetables? Because aren't some a little bit worse for us than others?
Yeah, I mean, potatoes, not potatoes. I eat more the broccoli, the carrots, and peas with my salmon.
She's going
Yeah.
for the green. She's getting the green in. Okay.
Yes. Yes. So that's what I
Oh,
would do. But I do have, not every night, but maybe on Fridays and Saturday, a glass of wine with my dinner. I'll be honest.
well, there's nothing wrong with that, Dr. Jackie, so long as you stick to the 5 ounces, right?
Yes, right. And it's not every night. It's just 2 nights a week that I at least have one glass of wine.
So, what about dessert for dinner? Like at a work day, would you have a dessert after your meal?
During the workday, no. If I eat dessert, it would be on a weekend. But when I get home, I'm exhausted. I just eat my salad, my vegetables. Um, Drink lots of water. That's one thing that I make sure that I'm doing is drinking lots of water all day. I at least drink 3 to 4 of those 500 cc bottles of water a day.
Wow.
Um, Plus extras. Yeah. So I do that, and at that point, I'm just exhausted anyway. I go to bed. But things are different
Yeah.
when I go out with my friends on the weekends.
Hmm.
So I could have a dessert at that time, but usually, most of the time, I don't.
What is your go-to dessert?
My go-to dessert is anything with chocolate, and that includes ice cream.
Okay. And now, are you going to be naughty with the chocolate, or will you go for the dark chocolate?
I would go for the dark. Well, it depends on what they have. If it's
Mhm.
something chocolatey on the menu, like a chocolate cake or something, a fudge cake with a scoop of ice cream. That's
Okay.
If that's on the menu, that's what I always get.
Now,
That's what I end up getting. Yes,
so that's going to be like once a week, if that, right?
if that, if
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Okay. And then you don't go for like seconds, or would you, has anybody twisted your arm to do that?
for dessert, no, I don't do that.
Okay. Now, do you think about exercising more?
Oh, I do exercise. I actually go to a spin class. I belong to a one of these fitness programs here around the corner from my house. So they have spin class either early in the morning or in the evening. So I do spin At least 3 days a week.
Okay. Okay. So you're sticking to that 150 minutes thing then.
Yes, I
It
do.
talks about for 1 hour walks. It's like,
Yes.
so if we get 150, that's like the 10,000 steps and the
Yes.
150. Do you think the 10,000 steps thing is a good thing?
I
Because now
think
that,
so. Yeah.
yeah, is it something? It's like,
It's
it leaves your
something.
consciousness.
Exactly.
I think sometimes we just have to have that consciousness. And it's like, hey, do this. You're going to feel good that you accomplished something. And if you
Yes.
fall off the wagon, you just get back on.
Just get back on. Exactly. Don't get discouraged. It's normal to fall off the wagon. Don't beat yourself up. You should get back on the wagon and keep going.
So when you travel, which I know you love to travel the world, do you kind of throw caution to the wind and know this is temporary? And if you go wine tasting, you know you're going to go beyond that one glass of wine, right? You're in South
Yes.
Africa with Pinot Gris that you know you like, right? Maybe went hiking on Table Mountain, hung out with penguins and great white sharks out in De Hoop Nature Reserve. You know, I know you, but do you go a little bit further with your meals and try things that you normally wouldn't just to have that experience? And no, I know you walk a lot when you travel, don't you? Because you're
Oh, yes.
history and stuff. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So
I walk a lot when I travel, but it's harder when you travel to stick to a diet because, of course, you have no control over, your food because you're eating out all the time.
mhm.
But I try when I get the menu to pick the healthiest things that I can eat. But definitely, I tried the local cuisine because I like to eat the local cuisine and figure out what other people like eating. But I don't stick really closely to my diet when I travel.
But you're active.
Yes, very active. We walk everywhere together. When I travel is when I walk the most. I think the last time in Spain, I remember one day I had 2,000 steps just
Yeah.
for one day of walking. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you're on your feet a lot. Do you work out like to be able to do that? Because that's something I always touch on with you. I know about travel. It's like suddenly, like I was talking about that gentleman, like was going down, and I'm like, he wasn't prepared physically for what we were doing, yet he knew about it. And I think sometimes we don't realize we should actually work up to something we're going to do.
Right. If you don't typically exercise, you shouldn't all of a sudden go on vacation and think you can do so much. It's probably not a good idea to do that. You should exercise on a regular basis so that when you travel, you can walk around. But if you normally don't walk around, don't expect to go on vacation and do anything vigorous because it could be bad for you.
So, what is the weirdest thing you've eaten traveling? Like, how many countries have you been to now, do you think?
Oh my God, I can't even count. It's a lot. I've been traveling for all my life, really. I was telling a friend of mine, my first passport was at age 8.
Yeah.
So I've been traveling for a long time. I've been almost everywhere. There are a few countries I haven't been to, but
That's
I will
awesome.
yes. And I have lots of travel plans coming up, so I'm really excited about that as well.
Cool. But what's the weirdest thing you've eaten? Like, absolutely going, I don't know if I should do this, but I'm going to try it because I'm there. Like,
I
are you
no,
squeamish
I am
about
not.
things?
No, I'm
Really?
really not. No, there's nothing I won't try. I know, let me knock on wood before I said it. There's nothing that anyone has ever put in front of me that I've been too squeamish to try,
Okay, but what
Growing
is
up,
the weirdest? What's the
I
weirdest?
mean, I can't even think of anything.
Really?
So, I mean, I've had frog before. I mean, I don't think that's weird. I've had crocodile. I don't think that's weird. Is crocodile weird? I don't think
Well,
so.
we eat alligator in this country, so crocodile in Africa.
Yeah, I
I
had
remember in
crocodile
South.
in Australia. I had crocodile. Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember in Africa having it. I don't remember it. Maybe it's just I didn't, you know what I mean? Crocodile. I don't remember South Africa or Kenya having crocodile. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't remember that.
Australia.
They had
Yeah.
ostrich and I think people ate
Yeah, I've had
warthog. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And venison,
What is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
flying ants.
No, I don't think I've ever been served ants before.
No, no, it wasn't in a restaurant. So as kids, when you'd have a good rain and
Uh-huh.
this was in South Africa. Well, there were Mopani worms too. And so it's a dare. And so the little ants, they fly after the rain. They're not flying until it rains and then they fly around after the rain, catch them and you fry them. And they do not taste like chicken. They taste like peanut butter. And it's like, okay, who's pulling the wings off? This is kids. And we ate them and it was like a dare. And so that's I probably think is the weirdest thing that I've had. But then
So, okay.
Nancy did the tequila worm at the bottom of?
No, I don't think I've ever done. No, I've never done that. Yeah, and that would be considered weird. No, I haven't tried anything like that. No, I don't think I would do that. No.
What's the most adventurous, would you say then? Would the crocodile be the most adventurous?
I would say so. And
Yeah.
yeah, and it really tastes just like chicken.
Kentucky fried crocodile. Yeah. Did they fry it or put it in a stew? Like, how was it? Like
It was, yeah, it was baked or something. So yeah, it
baked
was baked.
crocodile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something
She'd
like that.
like baked, broiled or baked, not deep fried. You know, she's a
Yeah,
cardiologist.
exactly.
Okay, so what is the most memorable meal? Like as Nancy and I travel, there are certain meals that I would, I would travel for again. Like there was a chicken meal I had in Ensenada in the Pollo place, and there was this mole they put on. And I think this is kind of where my almond allergies came from, how much they put a lot of almond. But and they never made this mole again. But this mole, I could not believe that food could taste this good. Like, really, I know that people travel for food, but this was a whole other experience. And then I had a really good meal in a Peruvian restaurant in Portland that I still can't get past. It was so good. And you'll never have those experiences again, really, when it's somebody from that culture creating something unless you go back. So what about for you?
That's a tough one because I eat good meals everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. But one memorable place that I'm just thinking of now was on the island of Capri in Italy. We stayed at this hotel called Capri Palace, and they had this fantastic Michelin star restaurant that was like a tasting menu that was just amazing. And I still talk about it because it was so good with the pairing. It was all paired with wine. It was just fantastic. So I would say that was really good. I would definitely do that again.
Love it.
Yeah, but I do a lot of cruising these days, and they have fabulous food. They have absolutely fabulous Michelin style food on the cruises, the restaurants. So I've I've eaten a lot of good stuff. It's really hard to say which one's best, but I've definitely had a lot of experience, good culinary experiences.
When you're cruising, that's a cool thing for you because you get to relax at sea and get
Yeah.
some R&R and then hop off and get your
And
list of countries
explore.
going. Yeah.
Exactly. You wake up in the morning in a different country, you explore, you come back on the ship. This way you're not packing bags, you're not traveling, wasting time, getting to your next destination. So the cruising is really good for that. But of course the bad side is you don't get to explore a city as much as you would if you were actually staying there. With the cruising, you just get the taste of the different ports. And then you can figure out which place you like, and maybe you can come back and stay for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
But cruising has really changed these days because it's really like being in a resort, a 5-star resort that's floating on the water. They have fantastic restaurants. They have good entertainment. They have good top shelf liquor or alcohol. I mean, it's a wonderful experience. So you get to cruise, you get to enjoy a resort, and you get to wake up in a different country and you go and explore and do whatever you want, and then come back. I mean, I think cruising is really a really good way to see the world.
Okay, now wait, you said liquor. So I'm like, okay, Dr. Jackie, you've told us girls like we can't have that much of it. What is your liquor of choice if you go to a bar?
I actually prefer wines. I'm just a red wine kind of person, but I would take a martini. So a martini, I like gin. If I was to pick a liquor that I like, I would say gin was my liquor of choice.
Now, do you tell the bartenders only 4 ounces?
Well, in a martini, they only do 1 shot anyway, so that's good. But yeah, when I get a glass of wine, they only give you 6 ounces anyway. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not when I'm pouring. So I would be a broke bar owner or winery owner if I did any of that because I start talking while I'm pouring and then that's dangerous.
Oh, right. You probably wouldn't be a good bartender. Anyway, no, you would be good for the customers, but not for your employer.
Exactly. I talk way too much and pour as I talk, and that's just dangerous. But Dr. Jackie, this has been so much fun talking food, wine, and liquor with a cardiologist. Who knows, But everyone, Dr. Jackie's here every second Wednesday. We always have fun because heart health, we can make it fun because when we have to adjust and make changes, which we all go, that sucks. Well, we can have fun with it, and that's the hope. And we are allowed to be naughty once in a while because, hey, we're here once or maybe we come back. But while we're here, we want to have fun. And like
Absolutely.
Dr. Jackie, you talk about travel. we want to do it as much as we can, as quick,
Yes.
like not as quick, but like you don't want to wait until the end of life to do it. And
Yes.
we want to be healthy to do it no matter what age we're doing, so we can do the epic adventures in life. And maybe it's not travel for you, but everybody's got a different thing,
Yes.
but you want to be healthy enough to do it. So this is important. And if you're going to make responsible changes, which the word responsibility, that also sucks in my book, it's got to be fun. You've got to turn it into fun. So even cooking something new, go to a nutritionist and say, what can I have? And focus on those things instead of the no-nos. Look at what you can have and have a new journey, right? So yeah.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better. That's awesome.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jackie.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on Big Blend Radio's Heart Healthy Living Show with Dr. Jackie. New episodes air every second Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can keep up with Dr. Jackie at womenandheartdiseasebook.com. Listen to the shows at bigblendradio.com.